Question 2 of 25. The plan for the first iteration was to complete 80 story points. However, the team was only able to complete 60. Each story point earns $1,000 for the project. The actual cost of the iteration was $70,000. As the iteration retrospective approaches, the Scrum Master requests that the team prepares all the data required to calculate the various earned value metrics. At the retrospective, the team determines that the Schedule Performance Index, SPI, of the iteration was. On the actual PMP exam, you will be requested to fill in the blank with the letter representing the correct answer. But here in the simulator, please select the answer below. A. 1.333. B. 0.750. C. 1.143. D. 0.857. Step-by-step critical thinking and analysis. 1. Identify the type of question. This question focuses on Earned Value Management, EVM, specifically the Schedule Performance Index, SPI. It tests your understanding of how to calculate SPI and interpret its meaning in a real-world scenario. 2. Recall relevant PMI knowledge areas and processes. Knowledge area, project cost management, where earned value is often discussed, and also project schedule management, because SPI concerns the schedule. Process group, monitoring and controlling, where earned value metrics like SPI and CPI are tracked to assess and manage performance. PMBOK reference. These formulas are commonly found in the control costs process, but they link closely to schedule control as well. 3. Key definitions and formulas, stating equations in words. Planned value. PV what you had planned to complete in terms of cost or story points by this point in time. Earned value. EV the measure of work actually completed, again expressed in monetary terms or story points. Actual cost. AC how much money you actually spent during the time period in question. Schedule Performance Index, SPI earned value divided by planned value. In words, SPI is EV over PV. Cost Performance Index, CPI earned value divided by actual cost. In words, CPI is EV over AC. 4. Apply the formulas to the scenario. Planned story points equals 80. Completed earned story points equals 60. To find the SPI, you compare the completed story points, which represent EV, to the planned story points, which represent PV. In words, SPI is 60 over 80. When you do that division, you get 0.75. 5. Analyze each answer choice. A. 1.333. This might result from inverting the fraction, 80 over 60, but that is not the correct way to calculate SPI for this scenario. B. 0.750. This is correct because it matches 60 over 80. C. 1.143. This can come from mixing cost data into the ratio, for example, using $80,000 and $70,000. That would be incorrect for SPI. D. 0.857. This closely matches the CPI if you compare $60,000 earned to $70,000 spent. That ratio is about 0.857, so it is the CPI, not the SPI. 6. Interpretation of the correct answer. SPI equals 0.750. An SPI of 0.75 means the team only completed 75% of what they planned for this iteration. They are behind schedule because any SPI less than 1.0 indicates less work completed than planned within the same time period. Key takeaways. An SPI under 1.0 means the team is behind schedule. An SPI exactly at 1.0 means on schedule. An SPI over 1.0 means ahead of schedule. In Agile, you can still effectively use earned value metrics by assigning a monetary value to each story point and comparing planned versus completed points. Answer: B. 0.750.